Well, hello there, traveler. Are you aware that you're trespassing on private land? Yes, traveler. The castle you see before you is my family's property, specifically mine. And I do not recall expecting company. Might I ask what you are doing here? A hunter, you say. My friend, I am sorry to disappoint you, but you will find no game on this property. Perhaps an odd rat or two. But if you are looking for something larger, you will have to look elsewhere. Vampires? My friend, you listen to far too many old horror stories, old myths and legends, tales of my ancestors established to scare children and political enemies. I ask you, hunter, would you even know what to do with one, if you saw one? A Tula Arseno flintlock, 62 caliber. And just what do you think you're going to do to a vampire with this little pea shooter? I'm fairly certain that vampires are impervious to bullets in any case. If I am not mistaken, aren't you supposed to drive a wooden stake through their heart? Wooden bullets. Ah. Think you're clever, don't you? Perhaps it would work, should you find the vampire. I would not trust one if I were you. But alas, I am not. Clearly. Listen, friend. You've had a long day of traveling, from what I can see, and it is getting late. Would it satisfy your curiosity to have a tour of my castle? The history behind it is quite fascinating. And truth be told, I do not often get visitors. It would be nice to have some company for a little while. Excellent. Let me begin. Welcome to Castle Bogdan. The main building you see here was constructed way back in the 1400s, making this one of the oldest castles in Eastern Europe. And here we have the foyer. Once upon a time, this is where foreign dignitaries, nobles, and the well-to-do were received, and would inquire for audience with the castle lord, my ancestors. I will not sugarcoat my family's history, traveler. My family's past is filled with war, bloodshed, and death. Many families share this past in this part of the world. I do not shy away from it, but I would not exactly say I am proud. It amuses me, however, that you have come to this castle seeking vampires, as my ancestors were among the warlords who inspired the original stories of creatures, such as Count Dracula and Nosferatu. Come, this way. This is my favorite part of the castle. Come, this way. This is the grand ballroom. It has seen better days, I will grant you that. But just pause here for a moment and take it in. Once upon a time, lavish parties were held. Noblemen and foreign leaders in their finest gowns, dining and dancing. Close your eyes for a moment, and you can almost hear a string quartet playing a waltz. Such a sight it must have been. That door leads to the kitchen. I would show you, but it is in quite poor condition. It has been destitute for a long time, and I'm still working on cleaning it out and getting rid of the vermin. I was hoping to restore and renovate this castle eventually, and having it as something of a luxury hotel. What do you think? Good idea? I knew you were a smart one. What tourist would pass up a chance to spend a few nights in a genuine medieval castle? But I digress. We will head upstairs. Onward. Up here on the second floor, to your left are the war room, a couple of staterooms, and the library. To your right are the servants' quarters, the parlor, and a couple of storage rooms. And right ahead of us is the throne room. This is where the lord and lady of the manor held court over their subjects. Yes, I did say my family had a violent past. Bogdan's ruled this land with an iron fist. For many years, dissent was not suffered here. And those who sought to oppose the Lord often met with an unsavory end. I believe I have shown you nearly everything that is worth seeing right now. Now, I do know it is getting quite late, and I am sure you are prepared to head home, back to wherever it is you come from. But at this hour, I would strongly advise against it. Well, you see, the locals like their vodka, and they also like to drive while drinking their vodka. And these mountain roads are treacherous on a good day. Leaving here now would most likely put you to the bottom of a cliff, and I can assure you, they would not find your body for weeks. I must insist, for your own safety, that you spend the night here. You can set out in the morning once the drunkards are home sleeping it off. The parlor has been repaired. I've repaired the windows so it is weathertight, and there's a fireplace to keep you warm. Not to mention the bottles of German brandy I have stockpiled. Speaking of which, I am not used to talking this much. I'm absolutely parched. Would you like to join me for a drink? Please, have a seat. Here you are. Good brandy, yes? My, the liquor does go to your head quickly, does it not? Actually, I should confess, I lace the brandy with a potent muscle relaxer. Modern medicine is much more reliable than the old ways, I have come to find. You have probably figured this out already, Hunter. Your suspicions were correct. A vampire does reside here. You were expecting some hideous, deformed creature, yes? Not a charming individual such as myself. My dear Hunter, you should have done your homework, as you kids say. You have made a terrible mistake. One which is about to cost you your life.